Good morning. Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm Charlotte McGinnis, and as always, I want to thank you for taking the time and joining me each week here, either live or at your convenience in the archives. Either way, really happy you joined me. As always, I really appreciate if you pass it along to anyone you think might be inspired or interested, and so glad you're a part of this soul family. Before we go on, I just want to remind you guys about the Namaste Prayer Ministry. You can go to my website, charlottemcginnis.com. You can submit your prayers, or you can just send me a message. Whatever you want to do, just get it to me. I'll send it out to the team, and we will get praying for you. So, and I want to thank all the prayer warriors who continue to hold this vigil every week, or not every week, every day. I've been sending out requests, sometimes twice a day. So thank you all. I know it's a commitment, and I really appreciate it. And there's my buddy Janie in Florida. Great to see you, Janie. Every week you're lighting up my day when I see you come on. Well, I hope y'all had a very happy, Thanksgiving. I'm still getting through this little, whatever devil got in me. I don't know what it is, but anyway, I feel good, but I still have a little cough, so I apologize in advance. Cough drop in mouth. Okay, so I hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving. We did. We went to West Virginia. We spent Thanksgiving with my sisters and their families, and Suzanne and Lee were wonderful hosts for Ellen and I to stay there, and Molly and Jerry provided a delicious meal, and we got to visit and catch up, so it was a great time had by all, and here we are back home. It's cold here in the mountains, but beautiful. We just saw literally the most beautiful deer, I don't know, buck, whatever. It was huge, right in our yard, and it had big antlers. It was awesome. So that was something that really started off my day in a good way. Well, guess what? Tomorrow is December 1st. Hard to believe that we're here already. Countdown to Christmas. And it means different things to different people. Actually, it's more of an inside holiday for me now than all the external stuff, even though I do love the decorations and the music and all that. But the shopping and the chasing this and that, not so much. And I do know that although this is the most wonderful time of the year, we've heard that in song before, it's not so much for a lot of people. And I want to talk today really how we can support each other, lift each other up, and to use kindness as a means of lifting the vibe through these holidays for everybody, including ourselves. And so, you know, there's a lot of people out there who are lonely. They don't have really family or friends, and they might be sick. So if I would suggest if you know someone who's lonely, you might want to pick up the phone, stop by for a visit, send a card, something of that. That would really, anything we can do to lift the spirits of others will also lift our own, because giving and receiving are one in truth, and we're all connected. So let's sprinkle some sunshine where we can. And as far as, you know, everything's kind of funky this year. Well, it's kind of funky every year, but you know, the travel situation and the airports are, you know, they're getting better. Actually, they got back on their feet quicker than I imagined. But that being said, it's still the stress of travel. You know, if you're traveling in the airport, that's a great place to be kind, sprinkle your love and light, and lift the vibe of everybody who's traveling and frustrated and with kids. And it's just, it's a lot. And you know, financially, I heard something, what was it? An amount that you shouldn't exceed in spending for the holidays, if it means anything. I know some people go way overboard, but 1% of what you have is what you should spend. So just to make simple math, if you have $100,000 a year, $1,000 spent on Christmas. That is something to consider, you know, because it's not about creating more stress and looking at those bills every day and having to pay those credit card bills for, you know, months thereafter. So 1%, let's try to stay in that 1% this year. Want to also mention, you know, a lot of people are also grieving over the holidays. They may, be celebrating for the first time or many years after the loss of loved ones or friends and parents and siblings, relatives, what have you. But, the point I'm choosing to make is we're going to blast this holiday season with kindness. It's free and it works. So good morning, Sue. It's great to see you. And hey, Seal, great to see you too. I hope y'all had a happy Thanksgiving. So moving on. So what can we do? We're going to talk from a few different angles here. We're actually going to have very practical things that we can do to lift the vibe, to feed into that quantum soup and make a little more sunshine and peace and joy in the world. So remember first today is kindness is free. So it doesn't even cost anything to be kind, and it can make a huge impact. Like I said, lots of things we can do, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But do remember that everything we give is a gift to ourselves. So, Gloriana, hey, it is great to see you. Yes, Leighton, what a sweet boy. And sending you love, Gloriana, and just connecting with Leighton right here. Yes, he was a sweet spirit, and so are you. Glad to see you here. So, quotes on kindness. We're going to talk about this, and we're going to start with some quotes. I always like quotes. And Ralph Waldo Emerson. You cannot do kindness too soon, for you never know how soon it will be too late. And that's so true. Don't prolong. I mean, it doesn't take much to be kind. It's just be kind wherever you are. Say, Spirit, I choose to live in kindness. Show me how to sprinkle a little sunshine everywhere I go. And if you do that, you'll certainly... You don't want to prolong it. If you think of somebody, pick up the phone, send a card, whatever it is, reach out to someone who may be hurting. It really could make a huge difference in someone's day. As Oprah says, she says to extend yourself in kindness to anybody is an extension in kindness in the world. So, kindness is, every time we extend it, it expands in the world. Remember the power of love and kindness and generosity. All of those are feeding everyone. We all benefit by each other's kindness. And the more kind we are to ourselves, we're sort of building ourselves up to have more to share with others. So I love what Mark Twain says. He says, kindness is a language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. And what does that tell you? That tells me that kindness, the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Well, I feel it's a vibration. And really, when you think of the deaf and the blind, they're so intuitive and they're so sensitive to energy and vibration. So in many ways, they're way more tuned in than maybe we are, because we take for granted a lot of the blessings that we have, the ability to see, the ability to hear. But when we're kind, people feel it. It lifts them up. So remember that when you're maybe tempted to not be kind, we'll just say that. And no kindness, no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. You know who said that? I don't know if y'all remember as kids. Aesop. Remember Aesop's fables? I used to love those. Well, Aesop came back today and said, no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Khalil Gibran, the smallest acts of kindness is worth more than the greatest intention. So yeah, ain't that the truth? We have these great intentions and goals and visions, but really it's those little acts of kindness, holding a door open for somebody, smiling at somebody, maybe making a donation to your favorite charity. And we're going to get into that, how we can extend more kindness in the world. And I certainly want to hear from you too, of how you feel that because I know you all, and I know you're all kind people. So I'd love to hear from you all what you do to brighten up the lives of yourself and others. So that little Desmond Tutu, do the little bit of good where you are. And it's a lot of little bits of good that overwhelm the world. So it's that tidal wave, you know, that ripple effect. And it does spread out. Oh goodness, see, I shouldn't have gone off my talk here. I was thinking of that, well, it may or may not pop up. I was thinking of that movie that was so cute years ago. Maybe I'll think of it, maybe I won't. So kindness is the power that moves us to support and heal someone who offers nothing in return. And that's so true. You got to check that ego at the door and make sure, am I giving to get, or am I just giving selflessly? Anytime we have an expectation, I think that we are setting ourselves up for disappointment. So just give freely, give it out there, know that it's lifting the vibe, it's supporting you in many ways that we could never imagine. And so with random acts of kindness, and this is beautiful Princess Diana, when we carry out random acts of kindness with no expectation of a reward, safe in the knowledge that one day might do the same for you. So, and yes, thank you, Sue. Appreciate that. And good morning to you. So I love what she says, that, you know, it's maybe someday someone will return the favor. It's not like I'm given to get, but, you know, I love the teachings of Abraham Hicks. And they talk about when we give, or whatever we put out into the universe, you know, the field is, we're building escrow. So make sure, I would say the escrow of kindness, generosity, forgiveness, those are the kind of escrow that we might want to focus on building so that we eventually receive that in kind. Because as we talk about, every thought with it carries a vibration, and that vibration is either bringing more light or darkness to the world. So we are powerful beyond measure. So make sure you really take that into your heart and focus on kindness. Well, in Scripture, the Bible emphasizes kindness as a fundamental virtue. It encourages us to show compassion, love, and forgiveness to others. Those are all attributes of kindness. Excuse me one moment. So, from Ephesians, be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving, as God Christ has forgiven us. This verse highlights the importance of kindness in relationships, urging us to forgive and show compassion. And that's so true. Be kind to one another. Offer forgiveness. That, you know, these principles that we learn from many different religions, philosophies, spiritual teachings, common sense, these are all really very simple tools to live by. And the only reason that we really don't is because we're so darn stubborn, and we hold on to the story and the anger and the blame and the defense and the attack, and we get caught up in that circle, right? And it's like, well, they're not worthy of forgiveness, and I'm still angry, and I can't forgive it. It's unforgivable, and I hate them because, and blah, blah, blah. I say, this holiday season, just give everybody a break. I will speak. I've had my triggers this past week come up as an opportunity, and once you sort of move past it, recognize it, I chose to say, okay, I see this. This is an opportunity. It's not anything I choose to hang on to. I know this is a block to my light coming in, a block to my peace, or obstacle to my peace. Do I really want to hold on to this grievance, whatever? And sort of, we got to talk ourselves off the ledge, right? And when you do that, and then give it to God, give it to Source, give it to love, guess what? It just disappears, and that is so beautiful. Well, in Luke, love your enemies and do good and lend, expecting nothing in return. That seems to be a common thread of today's give without expecting anything in return, and our reward will be great. So kindness should extend even to those who may not reciprocate it. It is a reflection and an extension of God's perfect love. So don't give to get, just unconditional giving. And, you know, It's not about always reciprocating or expecting. Again, when we give to get, we'll always set ourselves up for disappointment. Take it from one who knows. Okay, Proverbs. A man who's kind benefits himself, and a cruel man hurts himself. So, very simple. Kindness, we benefit ourselves and each other, and cruelty, we hurt ourselves. So I don't care how much we feel we have reason to blame or dislike or what have you, anyone or anything, we're only hurting ourselves. A man who is cruel, woman who is cruel, we only hurt ourselves. We think it's about the other person or the situation. So, you know, maybe, wouldn't this be awesome if we just spent the rest of this year being kind, offering forgiveness, recognizing where we're still stuck in our judgments and projections and this and that, and be purified for the new year, and just open ourselves up to only good, only love. And it is possible. That's what we're here to learn and do, and who we're here to be. So put on then as God's chosen ones. And when it says God's chosen ones, I love what the Course of Miracles teaches us. It says, all are chosen, but few choose to listen. So it's not God who exempts us, or source that exempts us from heaven. And heaven is a state of awareness, of peace, self-realization, living in a state of love, forgiveness, compassion. So we're all are chosen, few choose to listen. So that's our free will. Am I choosing love or fear in this moment? It's my free will. I can choose to be angry and blame and pissed off at the world anytime I want. And guess what? It just keeps me in a state of low vibe and sickness, and the list goes on and on. So I think you got the fact that we're all chosen, holy and beloved, compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience. So those are all attributes and parts of character of those who live in the light. There was a woman who wrote great books back, in the 70s, Shakti Gawain. Great book, one of the first ones I really enjoyed reading. It was called Living in the Light. And you know, it's really, again, she was just sharing, these aren't new principles. I mean, the Bible's thousands of years old. So it's kind of like, well, we recycle it, package it differently, maybe make the message more modern or what have you, more relatable to the present. But ultimately, it's pretty simple and nothing new. So living in the light means that we are choosing to be compassionate and kind and humble and meek and patient. Patience is a big one. And of course, we all know 1 Corinthians, love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast and is not arrogant or rude. So this passage describes kindness as an essential aspect of true love, and reinforcing its significance in the teachings of love. So patience, kind, again, the obvious, but we tend to forget. So some of the things we can do is we can reflect on the love of God, love of Creator, and kindness is portrayed as a reflection of God's love and grace through humanity. We're called to mirror this kindness in our interaction with others, fostering a spirit of, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I sound awful and I'm fine, but we'll go on. So anyway, we're called to mirror kindness and compassion and love, fostering, connection with each other. That's what we're called to do as children of God, as children of the light, choosing to live in the light, right? So we're taught that kindness is not merely a feeling, but expressed through our actions. Acts of kindness can transform lives and create a ripple effect, encouraging others to do similarly. And sometimes it's, if you see someone who's obviously having a down day, give them a little extra nod, smile, conversation if they're up to it. Because kindness' central theme is encouraging each other to live with compassion, love, forgiveness in all of our interactions. So that's what we're here to do, is to live more Christ-like. What is Christ-like? More loving, more forgiving, more compassionate. We're all children of God. We're all brothers and sisters. Take responsibility for our perceptions and visions. I think I mentioned last week, we've been really enjoying these Joel Goldsmith teachings, which have been around for many, many years. Again, it's like his message is like so modern, but not. And it's just all the same message in a little bit different package, but very, very powerful. So the good news is, you know, I talked earlier about that 1% on Christmas gifts, on whatever gifts, everything holiday-ish. And it seems sensible, but the greatest gift we can give is kindness, and it's free. So give me that, it's free. So here I'm going to list some things. I want to hear what you all might feel you could do, or that maybe you have some suggestions. But simple things. This first one I admit I don't do, but I believe in it. Donate blood. Hold a door open for somebody. Donate to a charity, even if it's a few dollars or a lot of dollars. Just whatever is comfortable and available for you to share. Simple things, right? Leave a positive review for a restaurant that you love, a local restaurant. And I think, you know, a business or a local restaurant, that's so powerful that, you know, we do that because we're acknowledging, we're recognizing, and we're offering to support. That's very supportive. And I know they appreciate that. And of course, I don't know about you guys, but I do go into reviews. And if I see a lot of positive comments, I'm like, oh, I want to try that out. So definitely has an impact. Thank you notes, huge. Not too good at that, but I do try to thank people one way or another, but I always love getting a thank you note. Donate the things you don't need anymore, not the junk, but the things you don't need that someone else could use. Drop off food, that's a biggie right now. The food pantries are really struggling and they're needing support. So if you can take some canned goods or see what they need for the holidays, that's hugely helpful. This is a big one too. Give an extra generous tip. If you're able and you go to a restaurant and you get good service and have a friendly server, it's a way that we can acknowledge that person. And, you know, last night we were on our way home from West Virginia. We went to Bonefish Grill in, where was it? Johnson City, Tennessee. Great little server, Jeremy, and we gave him an extra good tip. And I think that's really nice to do because, you know, they work hard and servers appreciate it. Everybody appreciates it. This is simple but huge. This is a kind thing to do too. Pick up some litter and throw it away. You know, if we'd all just, when we notice it, just pick up whatever and throw it away instead of cursing at how awful people are for doing it. Be an example. It's kind of like that monkey, the monkey peeling the banana before they ate it, and they talked about how the waves of that action went all around the world, and then all the monkeys started peeling their banana based on the vibe of that one. Well, create the vibe of doing good things. One could be picking up litter. So the more, if we all picked up a couple pieces a day, we would see a big difference. I love this. Create care packages for the homeless. So if there's people that are homeless and a little down on their luck, you know, create a little care package and find where that could be useful. And I know that they would appreciate it. If you're in a grocery store, this is a biggie too, and you got 40 things in your cart and someone behind you has 5, you might want to let them go ahead of you. All these things are common sense, simple, but can just lift the vibe a little bit, as I always say. You know, with the holiday seasons, you might want to call the shelters, homeless shelters, women's shelters, whatever they may be. and ask and see what kind of support they could use, you know, especially over the holiday seasons. You know, make sure that children that aren't in a position to receive gifts for whatever reason, make sure that they have a little brighter Christmas. So if that calls to you, you might want to do that. Give a flower to a stranger, you know, that would brighten anyone's day. Just look them in the eye and say, hi, you matter, whatever it is. And with doing that gesture, it definitely can change that person's day from maybe being angry or afraid or fearful in some way to lifting their vibe. This is a great one, and I know a lot of you all do this, and it's a great gesture. And to pay off a child's lunchroom debt, it's at their school, is wonderful. No child should ever go hungry, and every child deserves to eat without being shamed for that. So anything we can do to lift that burden for the child and their families, I believe is beautiful. And I like this one particularly. It says, leave short poems and uplifting notes on someone's cars. Put it under their windshield wiper. And it could be just a nice quote or whatever. And I can remember our good friend Judy Ray in Florida. Pay It Forward was a movie I was thinking of earlier. You all may have seen that, but we, at our Palm Beach Center for Living down there, Judy was really involved, and Ellen and all of us, and we were always trying to find ways to do good. And that movie inspired the Pay It Forward. We had bumper stickers made. Everybody was trying to do whatever. And Judy and I were out one day, and we were putting $100 bills under people's windshield wipers. And somehow the media got a hold of it. We weren't doing it, you know, publicly, but anyway, and it got an article in Women's World Daily magazine. And so, you know, $100 bills are maybe extravagant, it's a lot of money, but a $5 bill, $1, positive note or a poem, that's the freebie, right? But again, this next one's a little extreme, but hey, if you got the money to do it, it's an awesome gift. Pay off someone's medical debts. That seems to be crushing a lot of people these days. Give compliments to a stranger. Shop locally from, you know, local business owners. I always love to do this. This is my thing. I love to make soups and stews and different casseroles, and love to share it with neighbors and friends. That's my thing. And I love to deliver it and connect, and it's great. So, you know, there's lots of things we can do. The one, I could keep going on and on and on. Forgive someone. Maybe give yourself that gift and someone the gift of forgiveness. Call a friend out of the blue that you haven't heard from. All these things. I like this one, and this is really the last one on the list, is keep an extra umbrella in your car, and if you see someone who's caught in the rain, give it to them. Isn't that nice? I love that. So, you know, if someone, because I've been caught in the rain, and boy, I would have appreciated that gesture greatly. So all of these things, you know, if you guys have any ideas, it's always, I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to share those with the group. So type them in or what have you, or let me know later, and I'll certainly pass it along. And, you know, just reaching out to somebody who's hurting and struggling, and maybe just give them a little reminder that everything's going to be all right. I think there's a song about that. So every little thing going to be all right. Something like that. Don't worry about a thing. Okay, you don't need to hear me sing. Okay, so here we are, December 1 tomorrow, 25 days till Christmas, lots of holy holidays. There's Kwanzaa, there's Hanukkah, many others. Some people don't have a particular religious, spiritual holiday that they adhere to. There's still the vibe of rebirth in the air, which is really what all of the holidays represent, is the tapping into the Christ within. And to be able to do that at its fullest is to remove the obstacles, give away kindness, be compassionate, be loving. Whatever you can do, we can all do it. I listed many things that we can do just to sprinkle our fairy dust wherever it's needed and called for, and invite you all to join me in this and make this holiday season a little more happy and brighter for everyone. And this Rumi quote, I will close with this because it sort of hits it, just sums it all up. And he says, ask yourself these 3 ancient questions before you say anything. Is it true? Is it necessary? And is it kind? I think those are good rules to live by, and hope you take some of this to heart. And as always, I appreciate you guys being here and love our community. And if you feel like passing this along, I would be grateful. And anyway, in the meantime, look forward to seeing you next Sunday. And hope everyone has a great week, and sending blessings to all. And happy December coming up. Namaste, everybody. Take care.